Announced at MetaConnect 2024, the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses received a significant update with a range of brand new AI features and functionality, but it also came with a range of flaws, one of which kinda makes them really tricky to use. Released last year, this shiny new coat of AI updates makes them feel almost like a brand new product, but it's definitely still a work in progress, and the AI features are far from perfect. Hi, I'm Tetiana, and I've got some hands-on insights to share with you that will give you a full picture of where these glasses excel and where there's still room for improvement. Having snatched out a limited edition pair of Ray-Ban at MetaConnect, it came with a transparent frame proudly showing off all the insights of this tech like it's a piece of art. There's also now transition lenses that you can buy, which are translucent when you're wearing these glasses indoors, but when you step outside, they're going to darken and turn into sunglasses, making them functional no matter where you're at, which was very important to me because I didn't want to just get a pair of sunglasses because then I wouldn't be able to wear them indoors. Ray-Ban Metas are just as light as ever. At 49 grams, they feel just like an ordinary pair of glasses, which of course was a big reason for their success. I did notice that they tend to slide down just a little bit if you're wearing them for a long time, but it's really not a huge issue, just as something to be mindful of. For daily wear, they're still the most comfortable smart glasses out there. But let's talk about the new AI features of Ray-Ban Meta, specifically the voice control. You trigger voice recognition by saying, "Hey Meta," and then you can ask them a wide variety of questions, from what's the weather like in your city to what's the tallest building in the world. You can even use your voice to send and read out your messages and ask questions about your surroundings. But this key feature of voice activation actually has a very big flaw, which is the lack of personal voice recognition. These glasses are designed in a way that allow any users to activate the AI even if the glasses aren't theirs. For example, when I say, "Hey Meta," and if my partner is sitting next to me, his glasses are going to respond just as quickly as mine, and vice versa. He actually triggered my AI in these glasses with his voice all the time as he was testing his Hey Meta abilities, and he was just in such a close proximity to me that my glasses picked it up, and that was hugely uncomfortable. So in a household with multiple Ray-Ban Meta users, this lack of personal voice recognition can lead to a lot of discomfort and confusion. It would be far more efficient if each pair could be tailored to respond exclusively to its wearer's voice, and hopefully we will get this update soon. I've been testing Meta AI on my Ray-Bans pretty intensely in the past week, trying to really push the limits of what it can do. And quite frankly, to reach that limit, it didn't take a very strong push. While Meta AI can handle basic tasks like checking the time, reading messages, or even answering some Googleable questions, it does stumble with more complex interactions. For example, when I asked a specific question about something that I was looking at, or the question that could be searched for, sometimes for no apparent reason, the glasses responded with, "Sorry, I can't assist with that." But I found that after rephrasing the same question or asking it multiple times, sometimes it would actually be able to deliver the answer to that question. So its performance has been inconsistent to say the least. And it shows that Meta AI still needs much more refinement to handle everyday interactions without frustrations. Still, to be frank, I was really surprised by how quickly I got really comfortable asking my Ray-Bans all sorts of questions, from what time it is to taking pictures, recording videos, or quickly fact-checking something that I'm talking about with my friends. It's really amazing how fast you get used to something good, and then of course you start complaining if something doesn't work perfectly, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. But the cool thing about these interactions is that after you activate the glasses by saying "Hey Meta," and then after they respond, they actually stay listening for a few more seconds if you're going to ask a follow-up question, and in that case you don't need to repeat "Hey Meta" again. And this made the whole experience interacting with these glasses a lot more natural, because it really would be quite terrible if you had to say "Hey Meta" every single time. So even though Meta AI doesn't work consistently well, when it does, it's actually pretty impressive. I've mentioned that it can answer some general questions unrelated to your glasses or the weather, like what's the tallest building in the world? And they can also provide some data-driven responses. For example, when I asked for the population of Dallas in Texas, Meta AI gave me the correct answer. After that, I actually continued discussing this with my husband, and we started talking about the population of the greater Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then my my Ray-Bans actually chimed in and told me the population outside of Dallas without me asking it. And this showed that Meta AI in these glasses has the ability to follow along with conversations in a limited capacity, of course, but still it can respond with relevant data, which can be very handy or intrusive, depending on how you look at it. It would take me much longer to type in all those questions on Google using my phone, and this just made me think, will smart glasses eventually replace our phones? Even such a limited AI in Ray-Bans made me believe that it is entirely possible in the near future, simply because of how easier and quicker it was for me to find that information. Still, something important to note is that Meta AI doesn't engage in chit-chat or extended conversations as willingly as ChatGPT does. Its responses are short and to the point. It feels like the AI in Ray-Bans is geared towards quick, digestible answers rather than deep conversational interactions. This simplicity works for quick updates, but not for more in-depth discussions. Some other features that are not directly related to AI are taking photos and recording videos of surprisingly high quality. The glasses come with the default setting of 60-second video recording, but this can be increased to up to 3 minutes in the settings. Connecting the glasses to your phone is also very straightforward, and after the initial pairing, all you need to do is put on your Ray-Bans and they will be right away connected to your phone. By the way, when you do put them on, it does a little chiming sound, but I've heard that some people kind of get annoyed by that. But again, this is something that you can disable in the settings of MetaView app. I've been playing a lot with different features, one of which is also sending and receiving messages. You can connect Ray-Bans to send and receive messages on your WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. And it's been surprisingly easy to dictate and send messages using only voice commands. But the limitation here is that you can't send emojis via Ray-Bans. If I say smiley emoji, Ray-Bans will actually type in just that, smiley emoji. It can read out the description of an emoji if someone else sends it to you from their phone, but you cannot send emojis yourself using Ray-Bans. So keep that in mind unless you want your message to look really embarrassing. Another limitation is unless your contacts and messages are all written in English or in Latin characters or one of the few supported languages, then Ray-Bans will not be able to read them, nor will you be able to send them a message or call them. For example, my family are from Ukraine and their names are written with Cyrillic alphabet in my phone, not Latin characters. So when I receive a message from my mom whose name is written in my phone with Cyrillic alphabets, then the Ray-Ban simply says, "You got a message." It doesn't say from whom. It can't read it out loud, and I can't select those contacts to send them a message. Of course, it is an issue for me, but considering that the AI features of Ray-Bans are only available in US and Canada for now, I imagine that very small portion of Ray-Ban users will actually be facing this issue, but it is worth mentioning. And it's the same thing with translation. It can only translate from Italian, Spanish, and French for now. I could take a picture of a book written in Ukrainian, and somehow it was able to provide me the gist of what the story is about, but it didn't translate it word for word. We have to wait for more language support updates. That would be really great to see. As for the battery life, it's pretty solid, especially considering that they're just standalone glasses without any cables, and it just has these teeny tiny batteries in the stems. But if you plan to use any features of Ray-Bans other than the standby mode, then do not expect them to last the promised 4 hours. Recording videos, taking pictures, listening to music, and actively using Meta AI features will drain your battery much quicker, and based on my experience, the heavy use of Ray-Bans will result in about an hour to an hour and a half hours of use. Still, the good news is that the recharging case can fully charge up your Ray-Bans up to 8 times on a full charge of your case, and it is only going to take about an hour to charge up your phone fully, and much less than that if your Ray-Bans are not fully dead. But I fully expect the battery to be getting better and better in future generations of these Ray-Bans. These smart glasses have a lot going for them in terms of design, functionality, and even media quality, especially when it comes to capturing video and handling everyday tasks. But the AI functionality, though it is capable, still feels quite limited and buggy to be properly useful. That said, they are still the most useful AR glasses that are available to anyone, and they are definitely among the lightest and most stylish AR glasses on the market. And also features like the transition lenses are just a cherry on top. But you shouldn't forget that the bigger picture that Meta is working towards is far more exciting than these Ray-Bans. Both the Ray-Ban smart glasses and the newly released Quest 3 are part of broader push towards the development of Orion, Meta's next-generation holographic AR glasses announced at Meta Connect 2024. And while those glasses are not available for consumers yet, the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses serve as an exciting alternative and the early glimpse into the future that you can have today. Check out my huge recap of the most impressive news and updates announced at Meta Connect this year, including Orion and tons of Meta AI features. Or if you're more into VR, then watch my early hands-on review of the new Quest 3 S VR headset. And I'll see you there!